If these women were so remarkable, why do so few people know their names? The woman who brought Roman Britain to the brink of collapse, Boudica. Today, Boudica is often remembered as a symbol of resistance, but during her lifetime she became something far more dangerous. For a brief moment, she became one of Rome's greatest problems. How close did Boudica come to defeating Rome? To answer that, we need to go back to Roman Britain in the 1st century AD. At the time, much of Britain was under Roman control. Some tribes accepted the Roman rule, others tolerated it, but many resented it. One of those tribes was the Iceni. Their king, Khutulun, had tried to protect his people by cooperating with Rome. When he died around 60 AD, he left instructions that his kingdom should be shared between his family and the Roman Emperor. Rome ignored those wishes. Instead, Roman officials moved to take direct control. Ancient sources claim Boudica was publicly flogged and her daughters were assaulted. Whether every detail survived accurately is impossible to know, but what is clear is that Roman actions sparked outrage. And Boudica was not alone. Other tribes had their own grievances. Among them were the Trinovantes, who had suffered under Roman taxation, land seizures and political interference. One by one, tribes began joining the rebellion. What started as a local resistance quickly became something much larger. And Rome failed to recognize the danger. At the time, many Roman forces were deployed elsewhere. The province was vulnerable. Boudica moved fast. Her army attacked the Camalodunum. The city had little protection. It fell. Then came the Londinum. The Roman governor realized he could not defend it and abandoned the settlement. And soon afterward, Londinium was destroyed. Then came the Verulamium, another Roman settlement reduced to ruins. Ancient sources estimate that 70 to 80,000 people were killed during the rebellion. The exact number remains debated, but even if exaggerated, the scale was enormous. Some estimates suggest Boudica rebellion may have attracted well over 100,000 followers. How did they achieve such success against Rome? Not through superior weapons. Roman soldiers were generally better equipped, better armored and better trained. Boudica's warriors often fought with spears, longer swords, shields and far less standardized equipment. Their advantage was not discipline. Their advantage was numbers, motivation, speed and local support. Villages supplied food, intelligence and guides, and before Rome could fully respond, much of the province was already burning. For a moment, Roman Britain stood on the edge of disaster. In the end, Roman discipline prevailed. Boudica's rebellion was crushed, but the consequences remained. Rome changed how it governed Britain. Boudica came far closer to shaking Roman rule than most people realize. Yet, despite threatening one of the greatest empires in history, most people today barely know her name. Yet, Boudica was not the only remarkable woman history struggles to remember. Centuries later, another woman's reputation would spread across one of the largest empires in history. Her name was Khutulun, one of the most remarkable women in the Mongol Empire. Few people know her name today, yet during her lifetime, stories about her traveled across Central Asia. Was Khutulun really as extraordinary as the legends claim? Khutulun was born around 1260 into the family of Genghis Khan. By then, the Mongol Empire stretched from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean. It was the largest contiguous land empire in history. Khutulun grew up during the struggle between her father, Kaidu, and Kublai Khan. Multiple sources describe her as an exceptional rider, archer and warrior. Marco Polo wrote that Khutulun could ride into battle and capture enemy warriors, like a hawk seizing its prey. Several accounts place her alongside her father, during military campaigns. Yet war was not the only reason Khutulun became famous. According to multiple accounts, she refused to marry any man who could not defeat her in wrestling. If a challenger won, he could marry her. If he lost, he paid with horses. Challenger after challenger accepted. Challenger after challenger lost, and later stories claim that she accumulated thousands of horses through these contests. And her influence extended beyond physical strength. As Kaidu grew older, Khutulun became one of his most trusted advisors. So was Khutulun really as extraordinary as the legends claim? Not every story can be verified, not every number can be trusted, but multiple independent sources describe the same woman as exceptional. Khutulun was not an ordinary princess. She was one of the most remarkable women in the Mongol world. But some stories become difficult to separate from legend, and few warriors illustrate that better than Tomoe Gozen. Was Japan's most famous female samurai real? Tomoyo's story takes place during the Genpei War, a conflict fought between the Minamoto and Taira clans from 1180 to 1185. The war helped determine who would rule Japan and paved the way for centuries of samurai dominance. Most of what we know about Tomoyo comes from the tale of Heike. It described her as an exceptional horsewoman, skilled archer and fearless warrior. According to the account, she fought alongside Minamoto. During the Battle of Awazu, Tomoyo allegedly charged into battle, pulled one of the enemy's most feared warriors from his horse, and took his head as a trophy. If true, it would have been one of the most famous individual combats in Japanese history. But this is where the mystery begins. Unlike Boudica or Khutulun, Tomoyo survives through far fewer sources. Some historians believe Tomoyo was based on a real warrior. Others question how much of the legend reflects actual events. The further historians look, the harder it becomes to separate the woman from the myth. Yet even the debate itself tells us something important. Whether every detail happened exactly as described or not, Tomoyo became one of the most enduring warrior figures in Japanese history. Boudica survived through Roman writers, and Khutulun through travelers and chronicles. Tomoyo through stories and legend. Yet all three reveal the same mystery. If these women were so remarkable, why do so few people know their names? Some doors were never meant to be opened. This is the Backtrack Vault. Subscribe and step deeper into the unknown.